Okay, this is gonna be like really casual. So, but I will do
Yeah.
some editing.
No, I'll put some.
No.
On another.
Over here, and the
Yeah.
the ninth rank over here. It's where your
Okay.
it's where the bulk of your pawns are, basically.
Okay.
In this case, we need to move. We need to use the turn system.
Oh, interesting.
Can we just like put him in?
So this is the first capture of the game. C'ACE taking the treacherous fox of John with his bishop. Now, of course, this is a good capture in the fact that the treacherous fox is quite a strong piece for attacking. As you can see, C'AceInPoint's treacherous fox right now is putting out immense pressure in the middle of the board, and John's treacherous fox was putting plenty of pressure out right here as an opposition attack on the left flank instead of the middle of the board, which was causing some difficulty for this Phoenix and Cunning Tanuki's movements. But now that it's gone, it is a massive advantage for C'ACE. This bishop is also putting out decent pressure in this location. It can't take this pawn because of the Cloud Eagle, and it can't take this pawn because the bishop and the Swallow's Wings protects it. So it doesn't have a lot of value currently, but you'll see that this bishop will become a decent thorn in John's side later in the video.
Whoa.
Now, a pawn has been captured on John's side with this bishop. This is a non-equivalent exchange for the treacherous fox that was taken over here. And moving your bishop out from the middle, although protects it from a prepared attack that could have come from the treacherous fox later perhaps, it does mean that your bishop is towards the enemy's terrain. It is attacking the Swallow's Wings, and legitimately that could be a good trade depending on how you want to play this game. Although it is very early in the game, and throwing away all of your development on an attacking move might not be the best case scenario. Other than that, the position is very similar to what it was before. This treacherous fox is putting a lot of pressure out of Kier, and this Kieran is holding together John's position, as well as this pawn stack. He doesn't have a lot of development currently, but his Cunning Tanuki could jump out in either of these directions. Cloud Eagle can move forward to get onto this diagonal, which would hold the space that these treacherous fox might be fighting against. Although the problem with moving there would be that a treacherous fox for a Cloud Eagle is a good trade for C'ACE, so that's probably not something that John will be trying to accomplish.
Yep.
Two, three. Up here. Actually, no, I want to go here.
You guys haven't played before. I mean, a bit of a scuffle over in this area has occurred, causing C'ACE to go down a bit in material as he traded a rook for a pawn because of the backward move of his bishop. This bishop is now currently under fire from the Cloud Eagle, but is being supported by this rook, and as such cannot be attacked. It also is being supported by Cunning Tanuki, which is holding a space that these treacherous fox is also contesting, and as such there is a bit of tension in this area. The newest move by C'ACE is moving this pawn forward, which, as you'll see, he might prepare to move his pawn down the board in an attempt to attack with his flank. That is an effective strategy in this game, although we'll have to see if he actually does that. No, but...
Whoa.
After a bit of pawn movings from both players, we get into a position where John's bishop is able to slide down and capture C'ACE's Cloud Eagle. Now, the Cloud Eagle for the bishop is a questionable trading choices. The bishop's promotion is arguably stronger than the Cloud Eagle's promotion, and the Cloud Eagle, although it does hold a nice vertical attack, is not necessarily stronger than a bishop. It is in this area that you'll also note that this Cloud Eagle does see this rook. Now, this Cloud Eagle is not being protected by anything on C'ACE's side, whereas this rook is being protected by quite a few things on John's side. This does mean that if the Cloud Eagle attacks the rook, it will get recaptured, but if the rook attacks the Cloud Eagle will not be able to get recaptured unless, of course, C'ACE supports it with its next move. Or, more realistically, the first move he'll probably make is to recapture the bishop. But in doing so, he will probably lose his Cloud Eagle. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Just trade. Ooh. You took it now.
Like I stated, the Dragon Horse was recaptured by the Flying Falcon here, and the Rook takes the Cloud Eagle for free, giving John a huge material advantage at this point. This Flying Falcon does now support this diagonal, but this pawn is protected by the Cloud Eagle, and as such, is not going to be a good trade for C'ACE. On the other hand, the Rook being in this position is quite dangerous for C'ACE as well, because it has because the Rook has ample opportunities to start chowing down on some of these pawns. It actually can't capture this one right now, though, because it's being protected by the Kirin and the treacherous fox. But a rook being in this position could definitely cause some mayhem and possibly attack your treacherous fox at a later time, which would not be good for C'ACE, because the treacherous fox has been holding down his position quite well. Now, after the rook has done a bit of gobbling on these areas and a few more pawns have been moved, we get into a circumstance where the rook is putting an attack on C'ACE's treacherous fox, which has been a huge help in holding down this position. Now, C'ACE has a few options in this scenario. He can remove himself from this attack and bring himself to safety. He could push forward. Although it cannot move here because of the Flying Falcon's attack, it can move here. Other options that he could do is retreat into this direction, which doesn't put an attack on anything immediately, and distract it this way as well. The only other thing that C'ACE can do in this situation to stop this rook from capturing his treacherous fox for free is to either lock it in place with this pawn or lock it in place with the swallow's wings. Now, putting the swallow's wings in this location would not be very effective because it cuts off both these ranges from the swallow's wings because the pawns are in the way. But a pawn locking in place here would not be a bad trade, because losing a treacherous fox to a rook is honestly a good thing for C'ACE in this scenario. The other thing he could do is move his pawn forward here, because if the rook captures the pawn, it does immediately re-put an attack on the treacherous fox, but this Flying Falcon now has a way of attacking it immediately afterwards. Also, this bishop here does see the rook. Oh! So it seems as Case has decided to spend his bishop to get the rook, which honestly, material-wise, is an advantage for Case, as the rooks are more expensive than a bishop. Otherwise, the position is similar, with the treacherous fox surviving and holding this angle. After a bit of pawn moving and a trade that happened over here, we've gotten into a situation where we have a battery going down this line onto this pawn from Case's side of things. Now, this rook is attacking this bishop, but is John really going to trade another rook for a bishop when this rook can come in as backup? That would be a very dangerous ploy and not something that I would recommend him doing. Case does have this phoenix here, which can move over and attack and hold space with this flying falcon as well, or he can move his cunning tanuki into the fight this direction. Although doing so would cause him to trade his cunning tanuki for a Kieran pawn, with the treacherous fox bouncing in as well, although that would lock this flying falcon in even more securely. Now, the farther that Case can push into John's back line, the more likely he is going to be able to get his pieces promoted. Also, moving this treacherous fox out of the way would allow this flying falcon to enter the battle as well, especially if this pawn is traded off with either this treacherous fox and cunning tanuki pair, or perhaps this pawn getting into the scuffle and allowing him to capture to bring the other flying falcon into the mix, perhaps here. Of course, that would need to be protected first, but you get the premise. In other words, unless John decides to get some of these step movers forward, he's going to have a lot of trouble holding off this attack, as his ranging pieces are mostly blocked off, and his rook is not going to be something that he's going to want to trade off against a flying falcon or a bishop. If he is able to move his copper general forward a few spaces, or his gold general forward at least to here, it's going to be much easier to block against this attack. Now, Case is moving his pawn to here, which is something I recommended, although he has not crucially traded off this pawn and Kieran, and as such, this flying falcon still does not have range into the battle, which means that it's not going to be able to support any of his units. This does mean that John is going to have more time to mobilize his Copper General or Cloud Eagle into this fight more effectively, although that does take him actually doing that, which he doesn't seem like he's been planning on doing, as he's mainly been moving his Rook and Flying Falcon about.
I'm just gonna get rid of you.
Permissions.
Anyway, that's my turn.
Okay.
After the dust has settled, well, I guess the dust hasn't settled yet. Maybe I should hold my commentary for settling
Promotion.
dusts. The first real promotion of the game. Now, technically, John did move here with his bishop, which promoted to a dragon horse, but he didn't actually promote. And this ended up being because he forgot that promotions existed in the game, but we're going to ignore that that happened and assume that this is the first real promotion that has a shot of actually staying in the fight, as it promoted and has a clear way of escaping without any immediate threats. Now, John can attack it with many different options here. He's got the Rook attack, the Copper General attack, the Cloud Eagle attack in any of these directions. Other than that, this trade sequence has kind of been even for both players. Both players lost Flying Falcon, and in the end, the Phoenix is still guarding this bishop, and the Cunning Tanuki is not doing anything on these angles for support. Meaning that it's basically a piece that's only being protected by the Phoenix.
Yeah, so I guess that means I'll just eat the ruptured trade.
Yep.
Ooh. This set of three pieces that Case has produced here in a bit of an arrangement is not what I would call a good setup. The Phoenix is being protected once by the Cunning Tanuki, and the Bishop is being protected once by the Phoenix, which means this Bishop is only being held in place by one piece, which is only being held in place by one piece, which means if this piece is attacked, the entire system will fall apart, because it's not being protected by anything. And a simple pawn move, although that would be captured by this Phoenix, would cause the whole system to fall apart, as the Phoenix moving this direction would no longer be protecting the Bishop, meaning that John could easily simply capture the bishop with his Cloud Eagle for just a pawn. This is the type of thing that you'll need to be looking for, especially as the boards get bigger, because these kind of tactics will show up everywhere. A simple pawn move, just like in regular chess, can lead to massive changes on the board, including piece trades that were not even seen before. Now, of course, if this pawn moves forward and Case does not capture it because he knows that he'll lose his bishop, if he does so, the Cunning Tanuki will have to move, in which case this Phoenix will no longer be protected, and the Kirin can move forward attacking the Phoenix. And after that, depending on where the Cunning Tanuki has moved to, this can lead to even more problems.
What?
Now, instead of doing any of the tactics that I explained in this area, John decides to do his max range of the limit range of 3 and capture a piece over here. Unfortunately, that piece is being protected by the Flying Falcon. I don't believe John noticed this.
Whoa. Hit this pawn.
Yep.
Both there, by the way.
Oh, yeah. My first promotion.
Violent wind.
Prometed.
Of course, the Cloud Eagle did survive, which is a bit of a shame on Case's part, as he must have missed it as well. This does lead to a series of events where this pawn is captured by the bishop, and now John has a violent wind in play. And unlike his last promotion, which was the Dragon Horse here, that didn't actually promote, this has a very likely chance of staying alive. It also immediately has an attack on the Cunning Tanuki, which is why I was explaining why this piece, holding this piece in place, is not a good combo. Now, after some of the trades that have gone on, the Phoenix is no longer under pressure from the Cloud Eagle. It's not going to be a huge issue for the Phoenix if the Cunning Tanuki is captured in this scenario, but it does suck for Case that he has no way to immediately protect this Cunning Tanuki. The only real thing he can do here is find this Flying Falcon move, which attacks the Cloud Eagle, in which case the violent wind to capturing the Cunning Tanuki would lead to the Cloud Eagle's capture. Now, if he does move his Flying Falcon here, the Cloud Eagle can instead capture, and a recapture can either occur with the Kirin or the Swallow's Wings. It would be recommended for the Kirin to do this attack because its promotion is much better than the Swallow's Wings promotion, and it's easier to get the Kirin to the other side of the board given the fact that it's faster.
Okay, sick.
No.
I think there's only one move I can do right here, actually.
Now that the Violent Wind has captured this piece here, it does put a check on the Crane King, causing Case to defend it with a Copper General. Now this does leave the Phoenix wide open to an attack from the Violent Wind, as there's nothing that can protect it either. And that is a very strong promotion right there that will be taken off the board from C'Ace's side.
Interesting.
The Phoenix capture of the Violent Wind attacking it was not only missed by John, but he also moved his Cloud Eagle to this location, which was also missed as the Phoenix attacks it. Not only removing itself from the danger of the Violent Wind, but getting a full Cloud Eagle at the same time. This is not good for John, as John almost lost one of his pieces over here to this Flying Falcon. Luckily it was missed, and now it's been captured for free. C'ACE is still losing material-wise in this scenario, but he's not losing by as much as he was earlier.
Just for funds. Well,
Now, another situation where John has moved a piece into an area that this piece was holding a decent location over here. It was being attacked by the Kirin, and so it probably needed to be protected in some manner, but moving it right into the attack of a bishop probably wasn't the best move. Now, this pawn was probably going to die either way, but spending a move on moving your pawn forward just to let it get captured by a new piece is not an effective way to spend your turn, because that gives C'ACE the ability to develop his pieces or move a piece that might be in danger out of danger.
Whoa. Can't take.
I'm trying to mute myself fast enough. This position is really good for John. As you can see, it is attacking the bishop, the phoenix, and the swallow's wings in C'ACE's position. Now, C'ACE can only protect a few of these in the scenario. For example, he can protect with the flying falcon by moving here his swallow's wings, or he can protect his phoenix or bishop by moving them out of the way. He can also move his swallow's wings out of the way. But it'd probably be more effective to use a piece that would get more development out of the scenario, and also X-ray the Kanitoki itself, than to just simply move the swallow's wings backwards or forward. The phoenix is going to be really strong if it's promoted, but the bishop is stronger right now, and as such, it might be better to try to protect the bishop rather than the phoenix. But let's see what C'ACE does. Did decide to protect his phoenix and is now marching his Kirin forward, holding an interesting location in the space right here. The Kirin and Phoenix teamed up do not work really well because neither of them can protect the other at the same time, as their movements are opposite each other. So if a Kirin is protecting a Phoenix, the Phoenix is not protecting the Kirin, and vice versa. So unlike, for example, if you had two knights from regular chess, in the movements of each other, they can give each other protection at the same time safety. The Phoenix and Kirin do not have that skill, and as such, they will be hard to march together. But if John does not defend against this march from both of them, he is going to be facing off against promotions from really strong pieces, which is not something that he's going to want to deal with. This scenario, C'ACE has pushed both his Kieran and Phoenix up a bit further onto the board, and they are dangerously within promotion area of John's board, which of course the promotion line is right here, and they need to cross that line. But in the scuffle, the Cloud Eagle on John's side has captured the Swallow's Wings of C'ACE. This is looking very tragic for C'ACE's ability to fight against this. This token is no longer contested by anything, and the Swallow's Wings can't attack it in any manner. It's holding a lot of space, and again, this diagonal can very easily take out C'ACE here. A move from the Violent Wind to this location would cause this line to be in danger, and this space no longer safe for the Crane King, meaning that an attack from this Cloud Eagle, where in the end, although C'ACE does have capabilities of blocking with some of his step movers, it's going to lose him material, especially to a token, which is not something he's going to want to do. That is promotion line. In the end, John allowed the promotion of this queen in order to promote himself a lion. The problem is it's now C'ACE's turn, and the moving of this Kieran, which for example could move to this location, attacking the Phoenix, opens up this diagonal which hits the lion, which could be really dangerous if John does not see it. We are looking at the potential of losing his newly promoted lion. Otherwise, most likely, the lion is going to be really effective, for example, moving to this location right here, and then on the next turn capturing the liberated horse and the ox cart, allowing you to move your liberated horse and ox cart down the line here, capturing all these pieces and getting a ton of promotion area. At the same time, you might want to be moving your Cunning Tanuki in this direction to help with the checkmate. I don't, on the other hand, recommend promoting this Cunning Tanuki because it's better in its current state for checkmating a king, especially on a small board like this, than it is in its promoted state.
Whoa. So, what's
Must be made.
okay? All right.
That promotes there, if you wanted to.
Oh yeah, yep.
In the effort to get his Cunning Tanuki promoted to a seaside bird, John has unfortunately blundered Queen takes Giant Salamander over here, which is not good at all for him. If he keeps making mistakes like this, he has a really high chance of allowing C'ACE to take the lead in this game, as material-wise they're starting to look very even, especially after this Queen promotion, which has left him in tatters. And now we go to another problematic move that John has made near the end of this game. The Copper General moving forward in this direction does attack the Kieran. Unfortunately, Copper Generals cannot move this direction, meaning that the Kieran can now promote for free. Now this means that, unfortunately, the trade made over here with the Lion did not turn out as successful as John wanted, and as such he's going to be facing the same problem where C'ACE can now eat up all three of these pieces and march his pieces down the board getting promotions. And given the fact that he already has a pawn in this location, it's even going to be easier for him, and I wouldn't doubt that he should try this. On the other hand, we're starting to get to the point where C'ACE's material is actually higher than John's. I think we might be seeing a comeback here. We still have a game here.
Oh, okay. Whoa.
Ooh, that's not promotion.
Whoa. Let's see. Top right.
Now, I must say that although Case's strategy during the opening has not turned out the most effective, he has very, very effectively been turning this endgame into a scenario that favors him. Dodging the violent wind and moving around, he's brought himself into a scenario where he checks the Grand King of John and is now going to be facing an attack from this queen on the Copper General, which might give him an opportunity to promote his Flying Falcon. On the other hand, this side of the board is literally 100% locked down with this lion. The Crane King is stuck on this side of the board, unless it is, of course, able to escape into this zone over here. This is going to be very dangerous for John over the next few moves.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
And as you can see, the Flying Falcon now has a grand open area to promote in, and if it is traded off for this violent wind and then recaptured with the queen, we'll have a great scenario where Case will be up a ton of material, have a lion holding a ton of space, and the Crane King of John is out in the middle of the board. The move that I see here that's most viable for John is to move his seaside bird to this location right here. As you can see, it can jump and then move one space. In this location, he splits the lion and Case's queen. And the only way that Case is able to recapture this is with the queen itself, which would then get captured by the Crane King. And the lion's square of influence is not within there. And as such, John could pull out a comeback if he does something like this. Ooh. Never mind.
Entry. Pop off.
In the end, the trades go through over in this section, and unfortunately for John, he has moved his Crane King into the location that I would expect the seaside bird to go to if it was to split the pieces. The queen is no longer on that diagonal. In fact, it's now on a course that it can take out the seaside bird with check on the Crane King. This is very dangerous for John, and he's looking like he's out of material to survive with. Ooh. And we end the game with John moving his Crane King into the range of Case's Crane King, and as such, it's a Crane King win. Congratulations, Case, on winning Trial 1. Are you guys ready? Wait, that was actually kind of cool. Do it again. Oh crap, they messed up this time. Hello everyone, welcome to an actual gameplay we're going to have between Ca'ceInPoint and John, where they're going to be playing Trial 1.
Hello. You move the whole board.
At first we're going to round the board all over the place. Anyway.
Now you messed up all the snap points.
It's fine, close enough, right? I've forgotten how to work this thing.
Okay.
Are you the one who keeps unlocking it?
Hold on a second. Oh no! Hold on, wait, I have messed up myself. I keep disappearing. Do I want to be on third-person camera? Everything seems so fast when I'm in third-person camera for some reason.
Why the unlock again? Oh my. It's so corrupt.
How long is it gonna take you guys to get the game started?
What? And then we can place it all back.
Nice.
Yes.
John technology.
Yep.
Wait a second. Is this these are the setups for all the different games?
Yeah.
Yep. I'm gonna say something. I stole this from someone else.
Hey, that's fine. I mean, isn't that what everything is? Just stealing from other
Yeah.
people?
Why does the board keep getting unlocked?
I'm not doing anything.
I hope it's not
Next,
me.
are you
I don't
pressing
think I'm
L?
touching anything. Am I pressing what?
Are you pressing L?
I don't think so.
So, with the diamonds,
that's
can they
not in
move
line.
from space?
You started like over here, right?
Yeah.
What? Like.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can go there if you want, but it's cheating. Okay. This is going to be an interesting game.
Very interesting because neither of us have meta knowledge.
I
No.
have all the meta knowledge.
We have tabletop simulator knowledge, and Shogi knowledge.
Yeah. To be fair, I've only played this game in particular like twice, but I've played Trial 4 like 28 times. So that's the one that I'm most good at. The Trial of the Trial by Fire. An ace or something.
I got better cards.
What are they? They're just the question mark card.
Like, spawned in a deck here.
What is the other side of the card? I guess I can't see because it's in your hand.
Whoa!
That's a lot of stuff.
These cards.
Do we have it functioning? What is this mess? Oh yeah.
Why are they stuck?
Why are they white? This is the most unscuffed we could possibly have done. Like
You turn white in your hand.
playing card and just a blank white piece of paper.
Whose turn is it? Oh, yeah, you captured.
Yeah. On the other hand, the rook being in this position is quite dangerous for C'ACE as well because it has ample.
It's so heavy.
Sorry.
Giving.
I gotta make sure that I end my turn also.
Yeah, wasn't the whole point of spawning cards in to make that not happen?
Yeah. I don't know why it's not skipping his turn.
I'll just skip it. It's fine. Every time it's my turn, I'll give a small analysis of this current situation. No, I'm not gonna do that.
A simple analysis.
I'll give the current score. You know, I'll count up all the pieces because I have all their values memorized.
Oh wow.
I don't actually have the joke. I'm just the system that helps take up the pieces.
Yeah, to clean up.
And if you click it,
That's your turn. That's your turn
underneath.
next, is to clean up whenever it's your turn. Next, you're unlocking the board.
Am I? Wait, how am I unlocking the board? I thought I didn't have permissions. Wait, is my move button the same as my unlock button? Because that's stupid if it is.
What? Your move button is the same as unlock?
It shouldn't be, but whatever. I think I'm doing it when I'm clicking and dragging.
Huh.
Did that unlock it?
Yes.
Okay,
That
yeah, it's
did.
when I'm
It's
pressing.
like auto unlocking when you touch anything.
Okay, yeah, it's whenever I'm like moving near it for some reason. I don't know why that is. That's weird. I'll just not move on it. I'll keep my mouse to the side when I move. I really shouldn't be moving, but I keep thinking I should like zoom in on stuff. But then I realize that my movement in this game is
just
utter
demote
trash,
that part.
so I should just not move.
There. Now you're demoted.
I'm
See if
demoted.
that
No.
See if that helps.
Wait, now I can't help you guys though, can I? Oh, I can still press. Okay, never mind.
Wait, you can still grab stuff, right?
Yep. Can I unlock the board? Did I unlock the board?
You still unlock the board.
You can't promote me. I'm invincible.
All right.
Dragon Knight on the board.
Completely forgot about that.
You forgot about like one of the most
I forgot about promotions.
That's like 1/3 of the game.
Like half the game.
The second promotion you make is your swallow's wings. The piece in my video, I literally said, this is the one piece you'll probably not be promoting. Because it's hard to get to the other side of the board. You can't do. Well, I guess you can.
Is that...
Game is over.